Look, we know many of you have a lot of questions about how to apply for unemployment during this time. So we sat down with Steve Gray. He's the director of the Michigan Unemployment Insurance Agency to get your questions answered and hopefully get you some help.
This is Steve Gray.
Hi, I'll request the FaceTime. Hi.
Hi.
Let's start off with just how has the week been going for you guys?
It's been hectic. We've had obviously an unprecedented number of claims, even through the weekend. Yesterday we had the highest claim number yet so far.
So if they applied last week or before, are they still going to get that $600?
Yes. So they don't need to, if you have an active claim, you're going to get the $600 extra. So you don't need to reapply or do anything in order to get that. If you're eligible for state unemployment assistance, you'll get that. And then it's also for anybody that's eligible for the pandemic unemployment assistance, the extra, federal program. They'll also get the extra $600.
And when will that start?
So it can go back as far as January. So we're going to be backdating it, the $600. So it's just a matter of us being able to get our system updated so that we can make sure that the checks go back.
And when will they receive that first $600?
Well, we're still waiting for guidance from the federal government on this, and staff is building up the system right now as we speak. So I'm hesitant to say exactly when they can expect it, but it would be within the next couple of weeks.
One question we're hearing a lot from some of our viewers is that there's a question that they need to fill out about looking for work. What should they do then?
They can say yes or no. It won't matter for that because there's no requirement right now for people to be looking for work. So that's a sort of legacy question from the old system that we're in the process of updating, so people won't even be asked that. But if you're asked that, it can be yes or no.
So what do you say to people who are having trouble setting up their account and getting through that verification process?
There's a group of people that are having login issues, like I think is what you're referring to. And so we're trying to save the phone system for people like that. They can't get logged in the system and send out a web request where they're asking somebody whatever question they have. We want them to be able to use the phone system. So we're asking people to hold off calling the system unless you absolutely have to. And then we're working on a solution for those people that cannot get logged into the system, but they still need to contact us in order to get like a password reset or they're having some other login issue.
What do you say to some of these people who are doing their best to follow all of these guidelines but are still struggling to get through?
So we hope that you're not going to have problems getting through to the online system. We've worked out a lot of the bugs and the capacity with that. So you should be able to get through in the online system. We understand the frustration that people have when they can't get through to the phones, when they want to talk to somebody. And again, we're looking at a way to allow people that can't get logged into the system because they're having some kind of login problem to be able to get a hold of us and let us know, and then we'll reach out to them. We're going to get you through. Everybody's that's eligible is going to get paid, and you won't be penalized at all if it takes you a day or two longer to get it.
So what steps are you guys taking to keep up with the volume?
Where we ran into initial problems was with the My Login system, where people actually log in and then are taken to our system. And so My Login, just had never seen. They were used to seeing 5,000 requests, and we're getting in some hours over 100,000, requests. And they're planning an upgrade to make sure that we've got the capacity to handle everybody sometime over the weekend. So, but right now we feel like we've got it at a stabilized place. We took the most number of claims as we've ever taken yesterday, so we think the system's working, and we're just encouraging everybody to use the online and save the phones for people that need it because they can't get into the online.
Now, are you hiring any additional people to work in the call center?
First, we're getting everybody in the agency that isn't traditionally on the phones. And then we're working with the Michigan Works agencies and their staff to give them the ability to be able to take applications and potentially answer questions. We're also working with other parts of our agency, other parts of the department, labor and economic opportunity, to bring staff in from there who are working from home, to get them on the phones. And we're also looking at, temporary help from other outside private call centers.
And what do you guys want people to know about what you guys are doing to give people the money they need to get by right now?
No, we understand how upset and anxious people are right now with the system, and especially if they aren't able to get through on the phone, or they aren't able to get in online. So we feel it's our job to work out these kinks and make it do everything that we can to make sure that you get the benefits. And I have every confidence that we're going to make sure that everybody gets processed and they get their benefits as quick as we can.